No, ma'am. All right, we are live on YouTube. I'm just waiting for the video to connect on my other monitor. Y'all be missing the pre-show, but Cheryl be showing out, talking about everything and the moon, and we be late starting. It be Cheryl's fault, y'all. Okay, so let me grab this link so that we can put it in the group so that our community can conveniently join us on YouTube Live and in the live chat. Let's throw that over there. Okay, awesome. Let me make sure I can see the live chat. Boom. And I can now, let me make sure. Okay, cool beans. Now, speaking of groups, if you are an entrepreneur that is spinning their wheels and struggling to make it to their first 6 figures in business, this morning show is just for you. But if you want to be in studio for this show and have the opportunity to take advantage of the hot seat to get your individual obstacles addressed, just like Dr. Tachi, Cheryl, Dr. LaFerracon, Dr. Latoya, and Shawana Kennedy of Kennedy Media, then you need to be a part of the group, because it's just one of the ways that you can take advantage of the value given by our group. So go to shaycannon.info/group to join us. We come together as a free mastermind, business mastermind, giving more value than most paid masterminds. We have 3 pillars of value that we focus on, and that is number 1, we come together and build community with events like a virtual happy hour happening tonight, by the way, and a movie club night happening next week. Number 2, we are intentional about collaborating to make each other's businesses better and make money together. We had a collaboration event last week. And number 3, finally, we have conversations that are transformational for your business growth, like free monthly trainings. We had one last night. And this morning show. So join us. There's no reason why you aren't in it. Why aren't you in the group? shaycannon.info/group. Yes, the pre-show has tainted me, Dr. Farrakhan. Yes, so welcome. Welcome to your first 6 figures morning show. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/experience. That's shaycannon.com/experience. Because what we're talking about this week, and good morning, Dewan, over there on the YouTube side. What we're talking about this week is how to compete and win by elevating your client's experience, okay? Now, what we understand is a lot of us work in businesses and service clients in a saturated market, okay? That means there are a lot of people that do what we do, right? A lot of them. So how do we help people to choose us as the best choice? Well, one of those ways you can stand out to be the choice is by creating very memorable and valuable client experiences around your service, okay? So yes, we definitely want to give the people what they paid for. Give them the service that they paid for. However, we also want to go above and beyond that to create an experience for them as they're being serviced, all right? Now, this week, this week we're talking about 4 ways that you can do that. You can do that through creating more of a connection with your client. And on Monday, we talked about that. So go to Monday's replay. You even got, I think, 12 strategies for creating a connection through client experience. Then we talked about organizing things better, okay? Organization. And so if you want to hear about that, that replay is from Tuesday. That was part 2. I gave you a list of, I think, 11 strategies to organize things better to create a client experience. Part 3 was yesterday. It was about value-driven client experiences. If you want to add more value to their experience where they definitely feel like they got over and above a return on investment, yes, go to yesterday's replay. It was good. I think we had 11 more strategies for you to make it value-driven for your client experiences. Now, today is Thursday. We're going to round it out and end this 4-part series with customization, okay? We want to add a little more customization to the client experience, where they feel like we did things just for them. Okay, where they feel like we created something that hit home, it resonates, and it's just for them. They don't feel like they're part of a group. They feel like you tailored things especially for them, okay? And that's the kind of client experiences that we like. That's why I kind of say the best for last, because I don't know about you, but when I walk into a nail salon and they hand me a cocktail, Baby, I'm in love. I'm coming back. I'll be back because I needed a cocktail. I needed my nails done, but I also needed that cocktail. I appreciate you. Okay. When I walk into the spa and they hand me the green tea, oh, how did you know? How did you know I wanted that? I definitely want that. Okay. When you go, I used to go to a yoga studio. Look, Shawana used to live in Marietta, Georgia. It was in Marietta, Georgia. It was called B Yoga. They had a smoothie bar right in the yoga studio. You know what else they did after the end of each class? They gave a warm towel with lavender on it to help you to relax during the cool down. What? I will be back. Okay. So what can you do that makes it feel like it's just for that person? It's customization. So let's go to the blog. Customize content and features to align with client goals is an essential measure of a brand's usefulness, and it directly supports clients in achieving their objectives. By offering meaningful, goal-oriented resources, a business differentiates itself from others by that may focus on purely promotional and general information. Fostering truth, Lord, truth, fostering trust, and positioning itself as a credible partner in the client's success journey. Okay. Anytime you focus on a client's goals and the objectives, why they're there, not just why you want them to be there, it's going to feel custom. Okay. Now, this client-centered approach makes the journey not only more purposeful, but also more efficient, saving time and effort in finding solutions. Clients are more likely to return to and recommend a brand that actively empowers them to make tangible progress. Okay. So let me tell you how client experiences not only make the client feel like they got over and above their money's worth, it makes them repeat customers. And last but not least, they definitely start to talk about you to other people because your client experience was outside of the norm. And so now you're getting referrals and word of mouth marketing. This is the power and the genius of paying attention to the client experience. All right. Now, that's what's in the blog. Now, you know, on the morning show, we give you more. So let me go to my show notes. But first, if you don't know who I am Shay Cannon. I am your host, but I'm also an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7-figure CEOs, living my best life just 3 blocks from the Caribbean Sea in Mexico. All right. I use my superpowers to create a foundation of business growth to position online service-based entrepreneurs like you to generate your first 6 figures to fund your desired lifestyle of freedom, even if you don't have a team. I need to wake up. Okay, so customization. I have some strategies for you. How many do I have? I think I have 11 again. That's been the number for this week, I think, ever since Tuesday. I think 11 is an angel number. I don't know. Dr. Latoya will tell us later. Okay, so number 1, we're going to start with Shawana Kennedy Media when we do the round robin. So I want you to pick out to me one of these strategies that would be the easiest for you to put in place. Okay. And one that you might have more difficulty with. It don't mean you can't do it, but you might have a little difficulty with. So we're switching it up again today. Pick one that you know will be easiest to apply to your business and one that you feel like you would have the most problem with. Not that you can't do it, just the one out of the 11 that you would have the most problems with. Okay. So listen up. We're going to start with Shawana Kennedy. Number 1, client goals offer a client goals to offer a self-assessment or a quiz. So a client goals focus self-assessment and quiz is what I think I meant on that. Let me reword that. Client goals, self-assessment or quiz. People love to understand where they are. Okay. Even if they hired you to fix it, they love to at least have handy the information about what did you use to fix it or what exactly was wrong, right? When you go get your car repaired, you want to know what's wrong. You don't just pay them to fix it. You want to know what was wrong. Okay. When you go to have somebody to fix a problem for you, you want to know what was wrong. How did they come to that? When you go to a doctor, a medical doctor, and Dr. LaFera can help you with this because she is a patient advocate. When they just give you a diagnosis, right? You're supposed to have enough wherewithal to say, hey, how did we come to this diagnosis? What were other diagnoses that you ruled out? What were the tests that you took or that you did that made you feel like this is the diagnosis, right? You need to be determining, do you need a second opinion? All right. Dr. LaFera can help you with that medical advocacy. But we want to know, what was the assessment? And sometimes before we hire somebody, we want to take the assessment just to see how bad it is for ourselves before we go invest in our money. So one thing that you can do to customize the experience for somebody is to create a self-assessment, all right, or a quiz. Number 2, create goal-oriented resources. Goal-oriented resources. This is, you can develop downloadable guides, you can give them templates, you can give them checklists. Clients love when you give them things to make sure they're squeezing every bit of value out of what they're paying for, okay? So if you can create these things to help them to accomplish the goal, they're going to appreciate that a lot, because people love to kind of go back and check. Am I doing everything? I don't know about you. I've had people to hire me and then ask me, what can they do to help me do my job better? Like, is there anything that they can do on their end so that they can get the best result from me? Say less. So that's why we have guides. That's why we have templates. That's why we have checklists. Make sure you come in and have these things. Shawana Kenny, the Kenny Media, is good for that, baby. She want to make sure she get every dollar of return she's supposed to get. So she's going to always ask, okay, so what do you need from me? Or what do I need to do? Or what do you suggest that I use this for? Always. Okay. So create goal-oriented resources. Okay. You can host webinars and mini classes that engage clients live and on demand. Either one, I suggest on demand, that focuses on solving key problems. Some people have these long length courses that it seems too arduous. It seems too much. It seems too convoluted for people. But if while you're going through the phases and you're tackling one problem at a time, you had a specific webinar or a specific mini class on that one thing that they can focus on at the time that you're dealing with it, it feels more custom than just leading them to an entire course and telling them to go through it. Okay. So that feels custom. Number 4, personalized video content. And nowadays, there's plenty of tech that can help you with this, okay? But short, personalized videos addressing common challenges or questions can create an intimate and relevant experience. So, for example, you can let people know at the stage that they're on, the top problems or challenges that people usually have at that time, and go ahead and give them some solutions and how you're trying to solve it, okay, for them. Just a little quick video, right? I say their name at the beginning. I forget the name of the video platform where you could record a regular video, right? That just has the 5 solutions that you want to talk about, but it allows you to then just say somebody's name and it attaches it to the rest of the video. So all you got to do is go in there and say their name. So if I'm making the video for Dr. LaFera, I record the 5 solutions for that phase, right? And then I go in there later, and as Dr. LaFera hires me, and I go in there and I record my voice saying Dr. LaFera, and then it just attaches to the message. And then when Dr. LaToya comes in, I just go in and record Dr. LaToya, and it adds it to the 5 solutions that I already recorded and sends it out. I'll try to find that tech for you because it's amazing. So imagine if you were a client, right? And you received a video that had your name in it and then some content. Oh, baby, you feel special. You feel like that was just for you. It feels custom, right? So you can definitely do that. You can also do video reports. So we've talked about some stuff that we talked about that you need to email when you're servicing per phase. You could do a video email on where they are in the project, specifically for them. Whoever the coordinator is that is handling things, they can record it. You can record it. I think my favorite one that I got was a video welcome message that the person was saying my name and welcoming me to the program and telling me what to expect from the program. And yes, in the email, it listed out the same things, but it had a video embedded that said it to me. And it just felt, baby, look, listen, I felt like I was in a Rolls Royce type program. So start thinking about how you can use personalized video content. All right. Number 5, interactive maps and journey maps, road maps and journey maps. So again, this is easily done inside of course platforms, but if you create one that is specific to the client, right? And so let's just say maybe everything is grayed out, right? So you create a map, and let's say it got 6 circles to represent the 6 phases of your service. Every phase is grayed out except the phase that they're on. That one phase has color to it, so they know that that's the phase that is on. And then there's an explanation about what's going on. Cute way to report where they are. Okay. So I love interactive roadmaps. Now, interactive could just be they click the colored circle, and then what happens is it takes them to, or it shows them the actual detailed information, and then when they click it again, it kind of goes back and they see the whole journey. You can easily, guess what, you can easily do that on a web page. You really could, because think about, all you have to do is make the picture hyperlinked to something else. That's all you have to do. It doesn't even take a whole bunch of coding. So we can definitely do interactive roadmaps and journey maps. Number 6, AI-based chat assistants. We kind of talked about this a little bit last night in the holiday 911. If you can go ahead and have a chat bot that says, hey, tell them what the chat bot is and how to use the chat bot. Because sometimes we just see chat bots on websites and it says, hey, I'm here to help or whatever. And I just be looking at it like, help with what? Like, I don't know what you help with. And I'm not just going to start up a conversation that leads to a dead end. So I don't use them. Right? But if you tell them, hey, use the chat bot to do whatever, and then the chat bot is ready, that's another thing. They know exactly what it is. They can make a decision to use it or not use it. You can have a frequently asked questions section and tell them, hey, the chat bot can tell you more about these questions. They can give you more answers. Tell people how to use the chat bots. Don't just throw them on your websites, because most of us don't want to take time to be talking to an inanimate object, and we don't even know how this conversation is going to go. Heck, we don't like talking to people and don't know how the conversation is going to go. So give us direction on your chat bots, but having one is great. All right. Number 7, customized email sequences. Okay. I love how when you send the proposal back, right? Say something in that about the conversation that you had that led to them getting the proposal. Okay. I love to have my assistant add in something in there from the notes that I had from the discovery call that says, you know, Miss Cannon is excited to work with you. She said so-and-so about your business, and we are, you know, we can't wait to help you with this. We put something personal. Like there is a paragraph in this, the second paragraph that is there for them to personalize that paragraph, and the rest of it is a template, right? So you can figure out how to customize your emails, and it only takes the first one in the sequence, and the rest of them can go ahead and be automated to be whatever it needs to be. Also, in automated emails, if you aren't using the little coded tags that allow you to call the person by name in the email, you are losing out. Okay, your emails should always start with, you know, hello, and then the tag for that person's first name. In the email body, you can use that tag again. People love, why do you think that salespeople call your name over and over again in the conversation? People love for things to have their name on it. They love to feel like it's for them. In your email automations, there is a tag in there where you can use their first name. You can even use it in the subject line. You can have tag, you need to open this. You know what I'm saying? And then they feel like the email was just for them. They almost feel like that email was typed instead of being automated. So customized email sequences. Number 8, virtual masterminds or group sessions. You can invite clients to join exclusive group coaching sessions or even masterminds, so that you're helping them above and beyond whatever service is going on. We love to be, if you're servicing me and I feel like I'm the only one that have these problems, or I feel shame about something or whatever, right? You put me in a group with other people to let me know I'm not alone with this problem. You're empowering me. You put me in a group with other people to help me to see how other people are dealing with things. And that's information in and of itself, right? So sometimes, like Dr. Latoya last night came onto the clinic and she said, hey, I'm just here to see what's being talked about, what's going on. I don't know if I need help or not, but I just want to hear the conversation, right? That helps you a lot. I used to be in a mastermind, high price mastermind. We used to have the live Q&A with the head coach of the mastermind every Wednesday night. I was there every Wednesday night, whether I had my own question or not. Why? Because I got information just from other people's questions. The answer to other people's questions, the question that they asked, I was like, oh, I would never have thought to ask that question. So Grouping people together that have like situations and helping people in a group has its own value. And when you cater that to people who are not even expecting to have that as an option to them, customization. All right. Number 9, onboarding tutorials and guides. We kind of talked about that, but we didn't talk specifically about onboarding. But I love when someone buys something, especially you people offering high ticket stuff, think about having some type of onboarding tutorial, some type of onboarding guide. I showed you one time this week about the roadmap in my membership so they know where to go and do things. You want to kind of present them with, hey, how do I get the best value out of what I just invested in? You kind of want to explain the process so that you can be out here avoiding buyer's remorse. Because when people pay big money, they already feel like they might have made a bad decision, even though they said yes. So there's that period of time where you need to be in there reinforcing that they made a good decision. And so having these onboarding tutorials and onboarding guides help them to understand they're going to get the best out of it. Okay. One of my clients, Letitia Austin, has a website service, right? We need so much from you to start on your website that people don't understand, right? When people build your website, they're doing the tech. They're not picking your pictures. They are not writing your copy that goes on there. And they're not making videos for you. That's a whole different service. So you have to come with that stuff. So what we have to explain to them is, hey, these are the different places that you can go and get it. These are the types that you might want to get. This is how a regular homepage would look, how a regular about page would look. You can kind of model your stuff off of this. We suggest that they go out and get inspiration from other people in their industry. What homepage do you like? What do you like about it? So when you give people a guide or a tutorial to get the most out of your service, it feels rich. It feels custom. Okay. Number 10. Exclusive case studies and success stories. All right. I will tell you, there's always, when you say who you help, like I say, I help online service-based entrepreneurs, right? Even if they don't have a team. I add that even if you don't have a team, I can help you get to your first 6 figures, because there's always somebody out there that feels like, oh, well, you need a team to get to 6 figures and I don't have one, so she's not talking to me. No, you need to have case studies, and you need to refresh these case studies of how people that are online service-based businesses can actually get the result and the transformation from your service. Sometimes it helps to do a testimonial in a way where it's almost like a reference, right? So Shawana Kennedy is here. Shawana Kennedy said, I need to get her trophy ready for her getting to her first 6 figures, right? Okay, so Shawana Kennedy, when she gets her trophy, will then become a case study of, hey, you too, when you follow this methodology, can make it to your first 6 figures. This is the case study of how Shawana did it. And guess what? You can reach out to Shawana and ask her, how was her experience? That feels custom. Okay, that feels like it's not a case study that I made up or a testimonial that I made up. It feels like, oh, this is a real person. And then when it's a real person, then I see this person on the morning show. And then when I go into a workshop and I see this same person, hey, this feels like this is live, like not Memorex, it's live. So yes, that feels very custom. Last but not least, you got progress check-in surveys. Okay, we always want to get feedback. We always want to get feedback, and don't wait to the end. Because if you wait to the end, you're going to kind of get a summary type feedback. Go ahead and ask for feedback every step of the way. Every step of the way, go ahead and ask for feedback. Hey, how could we have made this better? How could we have made this easier? Did you get the result that you expected? Did you get the experience that you expected? What would make this experience better for you? So when you go through and you're asking them every step of the way, it feels custom. When I get my massage, my massage therapist, she always asks me, what amount of pressure do I want for today's massage, right? Do I want it to be relaxing? Do I want medium pressure? Do I want, the deep massage, which I never want. I never want the deep massage. I'm not ever paying nobody to hurt me. It's going to be relaxing or it's going to be medium. But she always asks me, which level do you want? And I tell her, relaxing, or I say medium. And she'll start. The next thing that she asks me is, how is the pressure? Is that pressure okay? She's checking in. She's getting feedback. She's not waiting to the end. Now, at the end, she still asks me, She'll do her little Reiki move where she go from top to bottom, and she'll come back and she'll say, how are you feeling? Let me stop talking like Marisol. But she said, how are you feeling? And I'll tell her, and she said, thank you, your service is over. Okay. So she's checking in. Are you okay? If I do something where I'm moving a bit too much during the massage, she stops and she asks, is everything okay? Are you comfortable? We need to be checking in. All right. All right, Shawana, I'm about to rewind this 11 ways without all the detail. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, number one, a client goals assessment, whether it's a self-assessment or just an assessment, either one. Number two, goal-oriented resources, okay? Resources that are especially for them and their goals. Number three, hosting either on-demand webinars or mini courses that talk about the specific laser focused problem that they're on right then. Personalized video content, okay, where you're making videos just for them, to welcome them, to take them through the phases, whatever. Number five, interactive roadmaps or journey maps of them going through the phases. Number six, chat bots or chat assistants. Number seven, customized email sequences. Use these people's name, please. Use some things about them in the first email. Number eight, virtual masterminds or group sessions at a well, I want to say for a service where they're not expecting a group coaching as support, okay? Not they bought into group coaching and you give it to them. That's just giving them what they bought, all right? Number nine, onboarding tutorials and guides. Number 10, exclusive case studies or success stories. Number 11, progress check-in surveys. We need that feedback. All right, out of the 11, Shawana, I want one that will be easy for you to implement and one that may take a little more from you, not that you can't do it. Give it to me.
Easy would be the videos. And then customizing the emails more with like the tag portions.
Okay. Now last night you said you didn't have a CRM, but are you using any kind of email marketing system right now? Or was that a part of what you said you didn't have?
Yes and no. It does exist. So like right now, if somebody subscribe, it will
Yes.
send out that initial batch. And that is thanks to Letitia. So that part is, but beyond that, especially for KME, it needs more.
Yeah. So all you want to do is, because if you have an email marketing system that's doing any kind of automation, even if it's simple, most of them have the tags where you can at least tag a name. Now, the difference is they'll ask you, do you want to tag a first name, a last name, or a full name? I always only tag the first name because it feels more personal. It feels more custom. When you start using the full name, people be like, oh, it's just a part, it's just in a template. But when you say the first name, it feels a little more personal. But they usually all have that capability. And then when you move up to a new tech, then I would say evaluate whether or not they have it. Go High Level definitely has it, but if you decide not to go with Go High Level and you want to go with something else, just make sure that's a part of what they have, so that the emails that you go out are a little personalized. Because I want y'all to think about it. When you are looking in your email inbox, you're more likely to open something with your name on it, not just sent to you, but as a part of either in the subject line or the first part of the actual email body. You're more likely to open that than one that just seems like it was sent to everybody like that, right? So think about when y'all are dating. Some of y'all are married and happy, but think about when some of y'all were dating. If you got this text that was good morning, beautiful, that seemed like it was a mass text that was sent to just a bunch of women, you didn't like that. But if you got one that said good morning, beautiful Shay, da 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 da, oh, you you felt like that was just for you, even if they just substituted your name in it. So that's kind of the value of using the name, even though the rest of the email may be the same stuff that everybody else was sent. So I like that, Shawana. So I don't think that would be as hard as you think it would be. So just look for that feature. And most people, even if they don't have customer service that you can talk to, like Go High Level, they have some kind of live chat or some kind of email support, or even like they have their own like little universities that have YouTube videos to show you. So it's called personalization. You can even search things like personal greetings, and it should tell you how to use those tags. So thank you, Shawana. Dr. Latoya, give me out of these custom strategies, give me one strategy that will be easy for you to implement and one that may give you a little trouble, not saying that you can't do it.
The easy to implement will be adding the name to the video. I like that. Well, I assume that that's easy as soon as I figure out the tech to do it. But that will be easy. And I think the other one that I want to work on is the midterm assessment survey.
Okay.
Was that a thing?
It
Yes.
was. It was.
Okay.
I mean, you gave it a specific time to do it, but
Okay.
yes, that was a thing. Yes. So again, I like to do that. So those of you who are coaching and you have a series of classes that are a part of your coaching, instead of doing a survey that you're sending via email that can be ignored, what works better for me is if I ask right at the end of the class, you know, what was something that could have been better, or what was, you know, I usually start with what was something that was game changing from you from the day. What was something that could have made it easier is something that you can add in there. That way you have it on video, and now you also have testimonials for your class. But I like to ask at the end when people are still in the energy and the spirit of the class, rather than sending them a survey. Because those surveys really rarely get done when you send them separate from the actual class. You guys can even do, if you're using webinars, you know, you can do a poll inside of your webinars and immediately get results, right? How is this going? How was this valuable for you? Do you have any, you know, ways that this could have been better? So that you're not waiting till people leave where you are, get out of the energy, and then they're somewhere else, back into the world. Now they're back busy, right? I say the time that they carved out to spend with you should be the time that you go ahead and ask your questions if you have any. And of course, make them like a small amount of questions, 5. And then you can always try to also send a longer one later, but I say get those things while you have their time. When you're doing the value of having an offboarding meeting as a last meeting is to make sure they got everything that they paid for, they have access to everything. Ask them how was the experience, what would have made it better. So adding that offboarding meeting to your client journey is also another way to get a sense of how the entire thing went. Okay, so I say make that a part of the class is what I'll say, Dr. Latoya. All right, great. Let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, give me one strategy that would be easy to implement, and give me one that may give you some trouble, even if you can get it done.
Well, I guess the easiest thing, and I didn't hear everything said about it, was maybe the customized emails. Because I already, all the emails are customized in the CRM. And then, I guess the hardest is, I guess maybe the interactive well, maybe the downloadable guidance templates, checklists and stuff, because I hadn't done that yet. So maybe that.
Yeah. So what I'll say is all you have to think about is when clients get to that phase of service, what makes it more difficult for you to work with them because they don't have these things ready? What makes it more difficult for them to answer some questions because they feel like had they known ahead of time, they could have thought about it. So,
Okay.
so what could make that phase better as far as getting information from them or how to help them to get ready, right?
Okay.
Sometimes it's just a video letting them know what the process is going to be so that they can kind of calm their nerves down, because they just don't like the unknown, right? And if this is something that they've never done before, they tend to get a little anxious about it. So if you can give them some type of message to get them ready, that always works better. So just start thinking about those types of things. When you have done this before, in that moment, what would have made it easier for you to get them the result? What would have made it easier for them to be more comfortable, for you to pull the information out? What are some of the things that maybe you can have them to start thinking about before they come to the meeting? Those are the types of things that I like to start thinking about, to start creating checklists and guides, or even my personalized video to get them ready. Was that helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool beans. Dr. Toy, you see how I did that? Was that helpful? And she answered. So yes, while you got people, you can go ahead and ask them. Cheryl, give me one strategy that will be easy for you to implement, and give me one that may give you some trouble, even if you can get it done.
Easy case studies and testimonials. One that might present obstacles, which is the tech for doing the journey maps, interactive or static, and I'll just hire somebody from Fiverr.
Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like there's not a lot. I feel like that's a great client experience thing to add in, because there are not a lot of people that are doing that, right? So there's not even a lot of reference out there for it. And that's why I said, even if you make it to where you're creating one that's just for the client as a part of their individual dashboard, right? And you give them a picture on a web page that has all the steps grayed out except for the step that they're on. That one is colored, and then they can click it. And when they click it, it's hyperlinked to give them more information. Like, that's the easiest way I can think to do it in my head with my limited web development knowledge. But there are people out here who create whole dashboards and whole maps that are very much interactive. Like, you click it and a person might talk, you click it and you might get a video, you know what I'm saying? So we can think of different ways. So if you are on a budget, and you're like, I don't have time to hire anybody for, or I don't have a budget to hire anybody for that, just think about how on your web pages, on your landing pages, you create a button. And when they click the button, it hyperlinks to somewhere. That's all it is, right? Just have the each step as its own picture, and you can hyperlink that picture to a video, to an audio, to a message that will come up. So it could be that easy. Thank you, Cheryl.
Well, one other thing is that when you were talking about that, the first thing that hit me was use that as part of the bonus system.
Yeah, could be. Use it anywhere you want to. Anywhere you want to make sure that they feel that this is a custom step. So yes, I love it. Dr. Tachi, give me one strategy that will be easy to implement, and give me one that may give you some trouble, even if you can get it done.
The goal-oriented resources. A lot of the things you talked about are things that I'm already doing. And the chat bots would be something that would, I don't know, give difficulty, but be more difficult than what I'm doing.
Gotcha. So I would say, so Dr. LaFera, she can create chatbots because she is AI certified, but you still would have to give her the information to create the chatbot around. And so sometimes that information is nothing more than what you have already given them resources for. It's just somewhere where they can go in and ask questions about it, and the AI intelligence would then answer the question. If you think about some of the custom GPTs that I've created, most of them are only trained with the same things that I taught you guys. But when you lose access to me, or you don't have access to me, you can simply ask the custom GPT the question. So that's the spirit of a chatbot, right? So your job would be to think about, what role do you want the chatbot to play? And then figure out what information you need to get it. And then someone like Dr. LaFera, you can hire them to actually create the technical part of the chatbot, to where it's the user interface is done, where the clients can then now type in and start asking it questions.
Okay.
Cool beans. All right. Over here on the YouTube side, we had already said good morning to Dewana, but Shantali also came in and said good morning. Glow said, hey, y'all. Then Glow said interacting roadmap. She also came back and said videos would be easy for her. Yes, most definitely. So I hope my explanation of how you can create these interactive roadmaps, Glow, was helpful to you, because it's not as hard as you would think it would be. Like, if you can do a simple web page that has buttons, then you can do a simple interactive roadmap, because you just exchange a rectangular button for a round picture that symbolizes the step. If you don't want to use a picture that symbolizes the step, you can use a round, or I'm saying round, but heck, it could be square too if you want to. It could be any shape. The rest of the map, each shape is an individual thing separate in the map. They click on it, and then it gives them some type of information. It's actually, if you can do a landing page or a sales page with a button, then you can do an interactive roadmap in the same way. Just think about each step being a button. And when you click it, it's hyperlinked to something else. All right, guys. So I would love to hear, do you have any questions about the entire week or any more ways? Like, tell me of an experience that you had with somebody where they made the client experience great. And then maybe you're thinking about either you or somebody else can use that to add to their client experience. So I want you to think about that as a value add or a question while I give you guys these announcements. All right. Again, this week is another week that you want the show notes. So there are only two ways you can get the show notes. Number one, get in the group, shakehannon.info/group, because the show notes live in the files area of the group. Number two, you can get the entire morning show in your inbox. You'll get an email in the morning reminding you to hop onto the live YouTube, and you'll get an email in the afternoon with 2 links, one to the replay and one to my show notes for that day. All right. If you want the whole morning show in your inbox, go to shakehannon.com/show, and you can sign up for that very easily and start to get it the very next show. Last night, we had our day 1 of the holiday 911 business clinic. I feel like everybody left with a headache. It was a lot of information. So we basically, our goal was to make sure that you are ready for holiday retail season to squeeze every little dollar you can out of 2024 before the calendar rolls over to 2025. The event was free. However, if you missed day 1, the only way to get the replay is to buy the Success Kit. Now, the Success Kit has the replays, and it will have other tools to help you to execute the strategies that we went over in the clinic. So Success Kit is $97 regular, but if you're in our group, shakehannon.info/group, the value keeps rolling for this group that y'all are not in. Get in it. shakehannon.info/group. It's only $47 for the group. It is only $27 for our paid mastermind, and for our higher tier clients, it is free. So you want to be like Dr. Latoya and get all the stuff for free? Become a higher tier client. Tonight is Fuck Up Night. It is our virtual happy hour. It is usually for only our paid membership. However, at 7:30, we invite the free group to come in on that last part. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring what's fucking up in your business so we can fix it over drinks. Y'all know I love a cocktail. Come on. And this is the only time. Let me tell you the value of this. I coach y'all all the time. Y'all get in the hot seat and you get value from me all the time. This is the only time where you can bring up what your problem is in your business and get help and coaching around what you want to talk about. Because usually I have a topic like on the show and we talk about things around that topic. This is your only opportunity to you bring up what is going on, not based on a topic that I have, and get that business coaching that you need. Okay. The event details are guess where? Guess where are the event details? In the group, shakehannon.info/group. All right. So that is what is going on. Let's go back where I can see the YouTube. Does anybody have any questions about this week? Because adding in client experience is such a game changer. Because I need y'all to understand, we all want organic marketing, right? We all want to get referrals. We want people to be in our affiliate programs. We want people to give word of mouth on how great of a thing we did that they paid for. Most of those things are prompted by client experience. I want you to think about when you are somebody's customer or client, what makes you talk about that service or that offer that you paid money for. It's not just that they did what you needed them to do and what you paid for. Most often you're talking and telling anybody that listen about something that was an awesome experience. So we need to get in the habit of creating awesome experiences so that we can get that organic value of word of mouth, of referrals, of, hey, I want to sell this for you, affiliate programs. Okay. So any questions on that? In studio, you can just unmic over here on YouTube. Glow said, cool. Chantilly said, I like the quiz. about progress that would be the challenge. What would be easy is the mastermind. So, Chantilly, when you think about a quiz, all you have to do, whether you're doing the progress type thing or the assessment type thing, you just need to think about the content of it. Now, the tech of it can be something as simple as a jot form or even a Google form. Okay, y'all don't have to necessarily buy this high-tech stuff for these quizzes. It just depends on what kind of client you're trying to bring in and how much your offer is. Now, what you can't do is give me a Google form, but you want to charge me $5,000 for something. I'm gonna look at you crazy. You didn't invest in you. Why should I invest in you? So think about how much your offers are before you go Google form, jot form. But quizzes can easily be made on those. Jot form actually has great looking interface for quizzes. So does type form, which is the same. So they have where you can put like a picture and go from question to question, and that's fine. But when y'all using Google Forms and Google Docs as like landing pages, I want you to think about how much your offer is, because that look a little janky if you're gonna turn around and ask me for $10,000. So keep that in mind. Anybody have any questions or value adds before we get out of here? This was a great week. All right, well, y'all know I don't force nothing, not even ponytails. Let's get out of here then. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna try to see you Monday, but we got weather coming in, so I don't know. So, but I would love to